December 2022 tests your readiness to rise into the role of your ascension. Last month was a battle between your small self versus your higher self, an awareness of some of the worthiness wounds that were keeping you playing small, and noticing where you're out of alignment between the fantasy of who you think you want to be and how you really are. So who are you capable of becoming, and what are you willing to do about it? It's time to put revelation into action by redirecting your time, energy, and finances around the choices that are going to accelerate your life. You'll discover that repeating patterns are riskier than change, that stagnation costs more than growth, and that by asking for less than you deserve, it's actually the most expensive decision you're making. You're being challenged to show up fully in your soul mission and to commit to the resources that are going to build your future. On a global scale, the week of the December 20th winter solstice likely holds some major government announcements, topics probably including the pandemic, the jab, the economy, and the administration itself. In years past, the US governmental administration had made major announcements on the dates of the winter solstice. In 2020, they announced the discovery of the vaccine, and on the exact same date 1 year later in 2021, they announced the pill form of the vaccine. So you can bet they'll have some other interesting announcements for us the week of the winter solstice. Also, in the month of December, we can expect to hear some truth about the midterm election campaigns, some words from Trump, and probably some stock market Wall Street disappointments. This is the Futurecast, and I'm your host and cosmic coach, Moriel Loren. Let's take a look at how this month's geocosmic energy patterns influence your life, relationships, business, and global economies. I'm ready if you are, so let's dive in. December begins with the necessity of breaking the habit of being yourself. Seeing through your own bullshit is the key to breaking through looping patterns that keep your life repetitively looking a lot like it always does. You hold certain illusions, thinking that it's going to keep you safe, but in sort of a backhanded kind of way. And typically these illusions are some sort of protective barrier between your deepest desires and a perceived risk to the attainment of that deep desire. For example, you might say you're comfortable being single and having relationships of convenience. But underneath that cover story, you're not sure somebody would truly choose you and you're afraid of heartbreak. So you cycle in and out of these relationships that you don't really want and aren't afraid to lose. You might say you're fine with the amount of money you make and that you're doing well for yourself. But underneath that cover story, you're not entirely certain that your talents are valuable, and you're afraid that a no to your price would only confirm how little you already think you're worth. So instead, you sell yourself short at an easy yes price and settle for the amount of money you're offered rather than having the courage to put a number on the table that would make you truly feel valued. Illusion is like a false insurance policy invented to protect you from the risk of not having your deepest desires validated. But your deepest desires is where exponential growth resides. And that false insurance policy of illusion becomes a barrier to the breakthroughs that could accelerate your life. As long as that illusion is in place, you always max out at certain highs and then loop right back down to familiar lows. Press repeat. Bullshit cover stories start as preventative mechanisms and end up as limiting traps. Living trapped in the illusion of a false insurance policy is the riskiest decision you are making. Honor your desires over your illusions and recognize that the real risk is in not gambling for the future that you want. The second week of December teaches you to invest in foundations that build your future from December 6th through February 12th. Growth always costs something to gain something. Growing a relationship might cost you your fears of inadequacy and the fear of speaking your truth about your deepest desires, but it gains you the opportunity to be truly seen and heard by a beloved and the freedom of having a more honest relationship with yourself. Growing a business may cost you your fears around believing in your own abilities and putting a price on your work in front of others who might judge the value of that. But it gains you the opportunity to be devoted to meaningful work that makes a difference in the world and to be financially rewarded for your God-given gifts. Fear sounds like growing my life might cost me convenience, cash, or ego fragility. Having more might be expensive. Fact: in life, you are going to spend time, energy, and money no matter what. The biggest expense is spending on the wrong things. Hiring a coach feels like a scary spend. Buying services to improve your life or business feels like a scary spend. Paying for personal development courses feels like a scary spend. Taking time off from work to work on yourself feels like a scary spend. Reality check: the scariest spend you're making is in bargain pricing your own life. Your soul didn't come here to live in the bargain basement. Who you're meant to be is on the top floor of the department store. So get on the escalator of ascension by investing in the resources and relationships that are going to hold you at a higher level. The week of December 7th reminds you that action is required. Fate is never fixed. Destiny is a co-creative process between options that the universe is bringing into your field and your response to those options. So when you feel the portal of opportunity opening, run through it. Only you can give you the touchdown that you deserve. The second week of December also teaches that it's time to prioritize your pocketbook by linking your money to your soul mission. Get your finances organized from December 9th to January 3rd so that you have a safety net from which to spring forward from in the new year. And please stop thinking that money is the ultimate goal. It's not. Remember, money is a tool, a conduit through which you get to engage in your soul mission. So here's a few simple ways to start feeling more financially responsible. The number one fastest way to fix your finances is to minimize unconscious spending. Unconscious spending typically happens when we're prioritizing distractions over our dreams. It looks like this: online scrolling that leads to random purchases instead of time or money invested in following your passions. It looks like the 100th outfit that you don't really need but appears less expensive than investing in personal improvement. Socializing that wastes time and money without ever really resulting in a meaningful or profitable opportunity. By prioritizing your dreams over your distractions, you'll discover fast cash that you didn't even know you had. Financial fix number 2 is to start saving for retirement, growth, and giving. Whether you're stupid rich or almost broke, if you have one extra dollar, then you qualify to start investing. No one grows their wealth of impact by spending everything they have and having nothing left to give. So find a financial vehicle that safeguards your economic energy. That might be a 401k, an IRA, a real estate fund, or some other financial vehicle. Financial fix number 3 is to please meet with a professional financial advisor. You don't have to figure out the maze of money all on your own. Let that be somebody else's job. In fact, it is. There is a whole world of financial professionals out there that can guide you to money mastery. Financial fix number 4. Make a list of dreams worth spending on. What are the people, experiences, and things that are going to grow your life? This list should come from your deepest desires. By attaching your money to your soul mission, you will exponentially up-level your life from the bargain basement to the top floor of the department store, where your higher self is waiting for you to rise. Remember, money is a facilitator. It opens doors of opportunity for you to express your God-given gifts in life and to be a custodian of the people and causes you care about. Money is a tool of your spiritual stewardship. Be a good shepherd. The week of the winter solstice from December 20th through 25th is the time when reflection and visioning meet. The December 21st winter solstice is the darkest day of the year. Solstice means standing of the sun. So on this day, the Son of God appears to die upon the cross of matter as it disappears below the equatorial horizon line for 3 days before being born again on December 25th and beginning its trek towards the spring equinox point. The winter solstice has been celebrated for thousands of years by many different cultures as a time of reflection, planning, death, and rebirth. Nowadays, it's celebrated as Christmas in the Christian tradition. So what part of you needs to die? What cannot be carried into next year and requires a proper burial now? And what would it mean for you to be born again? Spend time in stillness so that you can hear yourself. Reflection helps make sense of different junctures along our journey that have brought us to where we are now and what it could be preparing us to do next. Stillness will reveal if, what, and when right action should be taken. Remember that strategy is simultaneously a forwards and backwards motion in that it combines both visioning with reflection. December ends at the New Year's mark with an important time frame of resource reworking that may test your conviction to stand steadfast in your decisions for personal improvement and financial responsibility. The winter Mercury retrograde from December 29th to January 12th may cause some economic dips. The stock market could look a little scary at that time, and we might hear some uncomfortable governmental announcements that make us question the competency of our leadership. On a personal level, this time may be a little tough right there at the New Year's, but it's an opportunity to remember that financial responsibility can become your power tool, and that conviction to the truth can help create closeness with others. So stand firm in your decisions to really go after your dreams and build the foundations that are going to grow your life. Okay, friends, now that you know the overall geocosmic energy patterns for the month ahead, it's time for you to determine your destiny. What I want you to hear is this: seeing through your own bullshit is the key to breaking looping patterns that keep your life looking a lot like it always has. And those bullshit cover stories you invent are designed like false insurance policies imagined to protect you from the risk of not having your deepest desires validated. But your deepest desires is where exponential growth resides. Living trapped in the illusion of a false insurance policy is a low-growth, high-risk contract for you to hold. In reality, the scariest spend you're making is on bargain pricing your own life. Your soul didn't come here to live in the bargain basement. Who you are meant to be is at the top floor of the department store. So get on the escalator of ascension by investing your time, energy, and money in the actions that are going to grow your life. Only you can give yourself the win you deserve. What I want you to do is this: break the habit of being your old self by letting go of looping cover stories that have become limiting traps. Make a list of dreams worth spending on. Attach your money to your soul mission and invest in foundations that are going to build your future. Marry past reflections with future visioning. Let your small self die and your higher self lead. Do the work and stand firm in your conviction to up-level your life. Thanks for joining me here on the Futurecast. I hope to hear about your progress throughout the month. If this video was helpful, then give us a positive affirmation by clicking the like button or subscribing to our newsletter at livesymbolic.com. And when you're ready to understand how these geocosmic patterns influence your life, relationships, and business, then I would love to see you in my office or online for an individual consultation. Goodbye for now, and until next time, when our stars align.